Well, another video. This video is being made for a particular reason. Because last week I suffered a whole lot of transphobic abuse from locals. The usual lot. I'm sure you know who you are. Since it seems you transphobic lot are the ones watching my videos and outright attacking me for liking Transformers and for being true to myself. So I'm going to try to explain what it is to be transgender. Okay, being transgender is not a choice. I didn't choose to be this way. I didn't choose to be born with a male body. I didn't choose to be born female within. It would have been nice. I would have loved to have the choice. I would have chosen to be fully female, but I didn't get that choice. Instead, nature chose for me, and what I got was pretty much a life denied. I can't be a mum. I would very much like to be. I can't afford to adopt. With my disabilities, I'm stuck in benefits for the rest of my life. No one's going to hire me because employers are terrified of lawsuits. So, being transgender is not about choice. We don't decide to just be who we are. It's not like we wake up and suddenly say, oh, I want to be male or I want to be female. It doesn't work that way. We realise from an early age that something isn't right. Usually we're too young to really understand. A lot of the time it's a case of trying to live what's happened. Being transgender is basically where, in the womb, the developing embryo is exposed to various chemicals. Two such chemicals are estrogen and testosterone. Testosterone is behind much of what makes more masculine aspects, and estrogen makes more feminine aspects. Now, the body, when it's developing, is exposed to these chemicals. Now, if the brain is exposed to a higher level of estrogen than testosterone, that means the person will be born female up here. If the body is exposed to testosterone while the brain is exposed to estrogen, that means that the person is born female but within a male body. Unfortunately, with the way that human society has a habit of only really considering the outside more than the person within, then we are automatically defined by what's between our legs from birth, rather than the person we are within. Now, for female to male transgenders, it's basically more or less the same way, but instead the brain was exposed to a higher level of testosterone than estrogen, while the body was exposed to a greater degree of estrogen than testosterone. This means that they are male within a female body. Well, male to female transgenders, not like I am, we have been exposed to a higher level of estrogen which governs how we identify ourselves in the world, who we are as a person, while our bodies were exposed to a higher level of testosterone. Now, that kind of life is not a pleasant one. In fact, it's a living hell. I wouldn't recommend this kind of life at all. Because every day, you spend so much of your life yearning to be the person you know you're supposed to be. But society demands you to be someone else. So you spend so many years being fed up and miserable. And many transgenders actually end up killing themselves because they can't live with it anymore. And when the way society demands us to be what's between our legs more than who we are as a person, it's not a pleasant life. So when transphobics like you lot who keep attacking me end up making our lives miserable, you're not helping. You're actually making things even worse. Now, as I said, I didn't choose to be this way. If I had been given the choice, I would have chosen to be 100% female. I'll be more than happy to endure periods and pregnancy and all the pains if it meant finally being at peace with myself. Because I can't live with a male body, it's horrible. It's a horrible thing to live with. Especially when you're not male. The thing, transgenders, they're more fluid. Now, gender is a very fluid thing. Just because someone may be male or female doesn't mean they're going to like gender law aspects. It doesn't mean that someone who's male is suddenly going to be all about football and strength and cars and machines and so on. They might actually be more interested in other things. And just as with females, they're not going to be all about shoes and fashion. They might actually be more interested in things like Transformers or video games or science fiction. It's all down to individual personal interests. Just because society demands us all to fit into a very narrow gender binary doesn't mean that we should. There's no fun to that. So instead of attacking me for being me, will you just leave me be? I am trying to live my life as myself. I can't be you. I can't be what you demand. I can only live my life. And if you can't accept that, then kindly just leave me alone. Just bugger off, because I am really not in the mood for your nonsense. I have enough to deal with as it is, with disabilities and being stuck inside this body, or having to endure constant harassment and abuse from people who are incapable of understanding that I did not have a choice. So grow up and get over yourselves. I have still received no word on my next appointment. I am hoping to receive a word very soon. And I'm trying to do the best that I can. It has been a very long few weeks, especially this past week. I've not been sleeping all that well, and I'm pretty worn out. I'm trying just to keep going, because I have a purpose. Well, if you want to understand what transgender means and what it's about, look it up, research. There's plenty of information online about it. There is a lot of information, there's a lot of videos from many transgenders around the world. So look it up, instead of being ignorant, instead of hiding behind your cowardice and your pathetic attempts to be manly. Why don't you just look up the information, understand? Because at the end of the day, regardless of my differences, I'm still a fellow human being. And I am just trying to get by on my life like everyone else. So, get over yourselves. If you can't, then the other one's living a lie. Video done.